Howdy y'all, this is going to be my intro because I totally messed up filming tonight. I thought I was filming, I thought I was recording, and then it turns out I hit the button when I didn't want to be recording, and I recorded nothing except for me gathering all my tools and parts to get ready in one spot to start welding. So I'll give you a quick overview of what happened tonight before we get into the rest of the video. I already had the front tires off, and I wanted to weld on some brackets, flat steel, 1/4 inch steel, on each side of the bottom of the shocks to make it more secure and more sturdy, which I did, and I think it turned out all right. I think it definitely helped, so that'll help it, really hold down there. And I know I still need to do the rear suspension, but I did get the steering wheel mounted, but not connected to the steering bar because the linkage was too short. Because it was a rear steer, not rear steer. Oh my goodness, my brain's giving me issues here. I don't know. I can't think right now. My meds have kicked in, and because I'm in the house just getting ready to upload this video, and found out that I was sitting there talking to the camera and showing everything and what I was going to be doing and all this stuff and talking, and I wasn't even recording the whole time. I was doing the opposite. Then I thought I hit stop, but I actually hit record. And as I was setting the camera all up and getting all my tools around and getting them sit down, and there was nothing. It was just stupid. I was like, oh my goodness, I recorded backwards, so to speak. So anyways, I'm just shooting this little quick intro here. Drag car is coming along. I've been down for a few days because my body's been hurting too much to get outside. But I was feeling better today physically, so I went on out there and I got the subframe, the front suspension finished welded up. I still have to do the rear, and I'll be working on getting the steering linkage put on, as you'll see in the rest of the video, and working on getting the seat mounted where I want it so it's comfortable to get in and out with the steering wheel. The steering wheel is too big, way too big. I definitely need a smaller steering wheel because of how close that I'm sitting to it. I mean, I can get in and out. It's got an adjustable steering wheel on it, but it's just too close to the seat. So I have to adjust my seat back some, so I'll have to show you when I go to do it, but so I have to get my seat adjusted back some and then change where I was originally going to put the roll bar. It's just kind of, I'm not so sure because I'll have to show you. I'll just have to show you when make the next video. But anyways, I'll be back on it. I'll be making them now. So I guess that's it. Almost a 4-minute intro of me just talking about my mistake. But anyways, that's how it is, and that's the real life of it all. The backyard mechanic, So it is what it is. You gotta learn from your mistakes and you move on. And you try not to make the same mistake twice. Alright, y'all, have a good one. Like, share, subscribe, and enjoy the video. Thanks. Alright y'all, we got these done. Got tires back on both sides. Hit all the fresh ground down stuff with a little bit of black paint. Just caked it on there to keep it from rusting. Got the plates inside and outside on both sides. Got tires back on, all lug nuts now. It's not missing any lug nuts, and it actually has suspension, so. She is really low to the ground. Probably only like 3 to 4 inches off the ground there. If that, maybe like 3. Hopefully it's pretty stiff though. I mean, I put my 200-pound booty on it and it doesn't do anything, just shakes. So I'm sure it'll hold the engine and trainers with no problem without going down any further. Suspension is really stiff. So we should be good. I still need to give it an alignment, which I haven't done, but it's just off a little bit. I got to get this glass out right here so Lexan can go in there, and get Lexan in these sides and in the rear, and sheet metal the back trunk off and fix up the trunk with some sheet metal, and get this cage welded in, get the steering wheel in and the seat bolted down securely. So I think what I'll probably be working on next is getting the seat bolted down, the steering wheel in, and then working on the cage. I want the seat and steering wheel where I want it first before I start putting in the cage. I just want to make sure it's comfortable. I guess that's kind of backwards though, isn't it? Because really what you're supposed to do is sit in there with your seat and see where the bars are and adjust them. So I might do something like that, you know, just get in there with the seat. Well, I guess I got to get the steering wheel bolted in first. That's going to be the primary thing, to know where the seat's going to go versus where the bars are going to go. Those are the 3 biggies, because you need to have a comfortable steering position where you're not going to be smacking your arms on the doors and stuff when you try to steer. If you need to. Drag racing, technically, I shouldn't need much of any steering unless something happens. And I pray to the good Lord it doesn't. Yeah, it's coming along. We're getting there. Oh, I got to show you something that I picked up. A buddy of mine had an extra set of hooker headers for a 302. And he gave them to me. So let me flip this around and show you. It's a mess over here, sorry. But yeah, so those are going to go on upside down. I'm probably going to have to cut these out right here on each side of the bolt holes so that the spark plugs have a spot to go through, you know, and those will work out pretty nice. Let me see, where is it? Oh, right there. Right there. So I'll be sitting the block with the transmission on it in there and getting it mounted so I know where to cut my holes in the fenders for the headers. Because what I'm going to do, flip this around, is run the headers up, right, and curve them right out the fender walls and have them come out on the sides, one on each side, you know. So that's the plan anyways. Getting closer. We may have an oil pan for me too, we'll see. Because the oil pan I got is actually a truck oil pan for a 4-wheel drive. That's what was on this engine, even though it was a Mustang block with truck heads. Yeah, I think that's about it, guys. Where we're at right now. Next thing I'm going to be doing is getting the steering wheel put in here. I think that's the next thing to do. After that, sit down in the seat and move the bars around a little bit. Maybe have someone out here help keep an eye on things and help me out. Because I haven't even moved out of the house in 3 days. Other than my bedroom to my chair in the living room, that's pretty much about it. My body wasn't letting me do anything. Sucks when your mind's young and your body's breaking down on you, I tell you. You don't want it to, and you do stuff you shouldn't be doing. But hey, that's just how I am. Keep going until I'm dead. In the meantime, I'm gonna have as much fun as I can and do the things that I enjoy. And that's what counts. Having a good life for yourself, be happy with yourself, you know, and decisions you make, choices, learn from them. If they were wrong, learn from them, move on. That's simple. Simple to say, sometimes harder to do, that I realize. Oh, there is a couple things I'm thinking about doing. Let me flip this around. You see where the frame meets the body, and I got those stupid L brackets that just melted away and didn't work. They were too thin of metal. Even though they were actually 1/4 inch, they were still too thin. I'm gonna take those off and put a piece of, let me see if I can get my hands down here while I'm doing this. Thinking about putting a like L bracket, like bed frame, across here and welding it on both sides just to help extra sturdy it up, because these really ain't gonna do anything. They're pretty much worthless. They just did not turn out like I want. I thought about just welding the bead across and leaving the L brackets, but I think it would be more sturdy if I put in like a piece of channel, 90-degree channel there, and just run it along and weld it on both sides. That's what I'm thinking. That just looks absolutely horrendous. That's just ugly as can be. Why I ever thought of doing it that way, I guess I thought I could weld better than I could. So I'll probably grind that stuff off, take those bolts out, remove those, and then get some channel bar to run across there. Some L-shaped bracket, or not bracket, like bed frame type deal. So that's the plan. But for right now, I think I'm gonna call it, guys. You have a good one, and see you next time. Hey y'all, I got ahead of myself a little bit. I forgot I still have to finish the rear suspension before I get on to putting in the seats in the roll cage. But I did go ahead and mount the steering wheel. Got it bolted in. This steering wheel is not staying on there. It's coming off, and I'm getting a custom one on there with a quick release. But yeah, they already had the nuts already in the metal. All I had to do was shove them up in there, screw them in, that was it. And the original bar, however, that came with it is too short. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mount this to where it was, which is up here, and then find a piece that'll go on there inside of here to get bolted down. Which should be pretty simple. I'll just go out to the junkyard, check through those 2 Mustangs I got. I'm sure there's gotta be a steering linkage somewhere out there. So I'll get one off of something and it'll work. So, all right guys, thanks.